Greetings and salutations. Apparently, there's a trend going around far as new mothers saying that they have lost their spark since having children. Interesting. Very interesting. I want to comment on this video because I follow this young woman. Her name is Just a Girl. I really like a lot of her content. I think she is very well read and good intentions. She is a high school counselor, but I want you to hear what she has to say. Let's check it out.
Black women, please stop having children to heal your trauma. Your child is not put on this earth to be the thing that's going to heal you. You got to do the work on yourself. The losing your spark after having a baby trend that's going viral on TikTok right now is very sad to see. But let me speak on my opinion of what it does to the black community, right? Babies in the black community is seen as a way to feel love, to feel like you are maturing. You're going to just feel amazing and go harder and go stronger for a child, which is very unrealistic. A lot of black women use children as a way to think they're going to be able to conquer the world. And you get a real rude awakening a couple weeks into being a new mom, and you're like, wait, I thought having this baby, I would go harder. I would chase my dreams. I would be unstoppable because that's how it's portrayed what a baby is going to do for you. It's very unrealistic. We see so many of these women who have gained a substantial amount of weight because in our community, when it comes to being pregnant, we think we can eat whatever we want. I'm pregnant. We make excuses as to why we should be able to eat, go wherever we want, just do whatever we want to do. So, of course, you are going to gain a substantial amount of weight, which adds to the stress, the depression, all that comes with being a new mom, with a ton of weight added to your body. So we have to learn that babies are not here to be your crutch, to be the thing to give you all this joy, to be the thing that's going to make your life so much better. And by doing so, a lot of women get a rude awakening that now they are struggling to figure out, who am I? Because we set unrealistic expectations about what children are in our community and what they do for us, when that's not the case. Our children are not here to heal us. They're not here to save us. We are there to grow them, to teach them.
I wasn't aware that this is a trend, but I will agree with it, with what she said. I'm reminded of when I had my daughter 30 years ago. When I had her, there were family members that came off and on for the first 2 months that she was there. So I was never by myself, and I was a single mom. Her father and I weren't together at that time. And I did not feel the full brunt of that responsibility until my last guest. I think it was either my aunt or my sister. They left to go back to, because I was living in California, and I was there with this baby. And when I closed the door after taking that relative to the airport and I was there with that baby, I'm like, what do I do now? What do I do now? So and I was 27. So if you are not, what having a baby will do is reveal who you are and what you're made of. For me, my daughter gave me a sense of purpose that I did not have before because I was somewhat irresponsible. Like I shared with you, I got pregnant by not being responsible. And so for me, I had some decisions to make. What was I going to be? And in my case, she did, because my friend, my best friend, longest friend, 50 years, she said, if a child doesn't make you, a woman particularly, get her shit together, she a sorry bitch. Take it or leave it. But that stuck with me. I wasn't going to be no sorry bitch. So having her motivated me to, that's one of the reasons why I went on active duty. I wasn't planning to be an active duty officer, but I had to make sure that I could provide for us. She did bring me a sense of joy, but it was not without struggle because I was not healed. Because what happens is you're not healed. You have to focus on this little person. So you go by the wayside, especially if you are doing it by yourself. God didn't design it that way. There was no time for me to pick up the pieces and find out the parts of me that was broken because I had to take care of her. And because unlike many of y'all, I did place her needs before mine. And like Just a Girl said, you think you can eat everything you want, where most of y'all are overweight to begin with. So if you're already overweight and unhealthy and you have a child that's you're going to gain at least 30 pounds, again, that is going to make you depressed. Hell, I was 150 pounds when I got pregnant with my daughter. I got up to 190 something. But again, because she gave me a sense of purpose when I went into ROTC, guess what? I had to work out. I had to get that crap off. These babies are not dolls. They are people who didn't ask to come here. So like she said, if you're looking for love, you better find it in you. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain. If we do it right, even if we do it wrong, those kids are going to grow up and live their own lives. And you're going to have to find out, who am I? Hell, I had to find out when my daughter graduated from high school, I had to ask myself, who am I apart from Danny's mother? But at least I had lived some. But I was still searching. But that was a responsibility that she did not need to have, is to fulfill me. Fill those empty places. And you do lose a sense of yourself. Because again, you are responsible for somebody. And if you're not ready for that, you better do what you need. There are too many birth control options. Too many. Don't play. Because again, they didn't ask to come here. To do it right, you owe that child a family, a mother and a father. Because it's more than dressing them up. And again, like I looked at that face, I'm like, what do I do now? And I had to decide. I wasn't going to be no sorry bitch. So, she didn't make me realize I actualized dreams that I didn't know I had because of her, because my life path was going in a different direction. But I'm not everybody. I'm not everybody. And unfortunately, a lot of y'all don't think that way. It's about self. Do it the right way. And I'm grateful for all the things I did wrong. I got that right. Because my daughter got married first, then had her child. Because it takes two. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Take that with you.